4:12 a.m., August 14th, 2025. Deep in the pitch-black mountains of Durango, Mexico, a massive secret lurked. A billion-dollar fentanyl superlab lay buried underground, guarded by hundreds of gunmen, armed with AKs, heavy machine guns, and even old Soviet anti-aircraft cannons. This was no ordinary drug lab. It was a death machine pumping millions of lethal doses onto America's streets every week. When this intelligence reached Washington, hesitation was no longer an option. A cold decision was made. Hammer will strike. But how could a SEAL team and US Air Force units penetrate deep into Mexican territory, punch through the Sinaloa Cartel's defenses, and erase an entire underground empire in a single night? Over Durango's skies, a MQ-9 Reaper silently circled. Its infrared cameras swept across the dark mountains, at first showing only faint specks of light campfires perhaps. But then the AI system triggered an alert. A convoy of trucks loaded with industrial chemicals was creeping into Chiata's Valley, a place with no legal trade routes. On the map, containers marked AX2, the rare precursor for fentanyl, glowed bright red. The signal was instantly relayed to JITF South Florida. Inside a command room packed with glowing monitors, CIA and NSA officers locked eyes on the images. A massive bunker, its steel doors disguised as an agricultural warehouse ringed with armed guards. There was no doubt this was the new nerve center of Los Chapitos. The question loomed, would America dare strike on Mexican soil, risking a diplomatic firestorm? If they did, how could they guarantee that not a single gram of fentanyl would ever reach the streets? But if they delayed, millions of doses would flood the US within weeks.
Go!
The order came down. Operation Hammer was activated. At Coronado, San Diego, SEAL Team 6 quietly loaded gear-stuffed rucksacks into a roaring C-17 Globemaster III. They didn't know every detail, only that they were heading toward one of the most dangerous targets on the planet. Meanwhile, from Missouri, a B-2 Spirit slid into the night sky. Above an RQ-170 Sentinel and a formation of F-35 Lightning IIs took position for cover. The battle map lit up, showing concentric layers of Sinaloa defenses, red, yellow, green like a spider's web. The underground fortress was surrounded by anti-tank mines, pressure traps, and dozens of Zu-23-2 cannons. On the ridges, cartel fighters manned Igla Manpads weapons designed for national armies, not drug lords. 0455 AM high above the blackened valley, 3 MQ-9 Reapers held formation at 20,000 feet. Below, darkness swallowed everything. Thousands of miles away in Key West, screens inside CIA, FBI, and NSA command centers glowed bright. The focus of every eye, a single growing red dot, the Sinaloa Fentanyl Superlab. Tension stretched tight as wire. Commanders knew one mistake could ignite a diplomatic disaster. But if they succeeded, it would be a crippling blow, a warning carved in fire and steel: no enemy can threaten the United States without paying the price. Beneath Durango's soil, cartel chemists worked tirelessly, convinced the mountains and night would shield them. They had no idea that half a world away their death sentence had already been signed. And when the steel hammer finally fell, every secret would be erased in fire. Three prongs closed in on Durango Valley like a steel vice. Above, the Air Force laid out its deadly chessboard, 2 B-2 Spirits carrying 5,000-pound GBU 72B bunker busters, 4 F-35S securing the skies, and a KC-135 tanker circling to keep them aloft. In the command bunker at JTF South Florida, a red circle was drawn on the map, the kill box. Any cartel movement inside could be struck without hesitation. "This operation doesn't exist," a colonel whispered. "When it's over, the world will only see a mountain collapse." Silence was the only response. As night deepened, SEAL Team 6 advanced. Black Hornet mini-drones scouted cartel trails, marking mines and sentries. Night vision goggles glowed green as SEALs moved like phantoms. Above, electronic warfare blanketed the valley. Every cartel call, every radio wave was intercepted. By midnight, Alpha Team reached the valley's north. Bravo landed helicopters 5 kilometers away. Charlie tunneled beneath planting charges to block escape routes. Surveillance reported a 17-minute gap in cartel guard shifts, just enough time. 0241 hours. Fog hung heavy. From the northwest, an MH-60 Nighthawk descended low. Black-clad SEALs fast roped down rifles ready. Alpha crept in from the east, while Charlie cut off tunnels below. The encirclement was complete. Moments later, a cartel pickup with a mounted gun swept headlights through the forest, spotting a SEAL silhouette. Tracer rounds tore through the night. A suppressed M4 fired back, shattering the windshield. The engine died. Silence was broken. Chaos erupted. Gunfire raged. Flashbangs dropped sentries instantly. An AT-4 rocket turned a fortified truck into a fireball. Colombian mercenaries poured from the bunker with Galil rifles flanking hard. One SEAL went down with shrapnel. Teammates patched him while holding fire. The valley lit with muzzle flashes. From above, the Air Force struck. An F-35 dropped precision bombs, obliterating 2 anti-aircraft cannons in seconds. The skies belonged to America again. SEALs cheered briefly, then pressed forward. 0312 hours. Alpha reached the bunker's steel door disguised as a farm roof. The cartel unleashed makeshift grenade launchers, blasting dirt and shrapnel. SEALs fired a shoulder-mounted weapon, twisting the steel entrance into a mangled wreck perfect for the hammer about to fall. 0320 hours. The B-2 Spirit of Arizona glided silently overhead. Coordinates confirmed. Kill box locked. On the ground, SEALs held perimeter, pinning cartel fighters inside. Any who fled were spotted by drones and cut down by helicopter fire. Then came the order, hammer drops. The bomb bay doors opened. A GBU-72B bunker buster plummeted, piercing hundreds of feet into rock before detonating. The mountains shook like an earthquake. Trees swayed, boulders tumbled, and a fireball erupted from the bunker's core. The billion-dollar fentanyl lab was annihilated in seconds. SEALs felt the shockwave ripple through their chests. Then silence broken only by the radio target down. Satellite imagery confirmed total destruction. The superlab was gone. Tunnels collapsed into a stone grave, cartel fighters buried with the poison they had created. By dawn, only smoke and the stench of burning chemicals lingered. Locals thought it was an earthquake, never knowing America had struck. The Sinaloa Cartel's largest lab was erased in a single night. Panic spread through rival gangs and cartel networks. In Washington, the Pentagon issued a single statement: any attempt to flood America with drugs will pay a price. Street fentanyl prices spiked. Distribution networks crumbled. The message was clear: no fortress, no mountain, no bunker is beyond America's reach. For US leaders, the lesson was obvious: diplomacy and law matter. But sometimes only raw power protects the nation. For enemies watching, the warning was unmistakable. When the steel hammer falls, destruction follows. Operation Hammer wasn't just an attack. It was a message written in fire, steel, and silence. But behind every mission lies a question. What would you do to protect your home, your family, your country.
vehicles to have a
History is
bad
not
time.
written in whispers, it's carved in decisive moments like this one.
But as Russia
The steel hammer may have fallen in Durango Valley,
vehicles,
but
Russia
tomorrow
is also
it could fall
deploying
elsewhere.
vehicles with
If you
less
believe the
armor.
world needs to hear stories like this, stories of power sacrifice and the unseen wars shaping our future, subscribe, now share this video, and join us for the next mission. Because when the night is darkest, the only thing standing between order and chaos is resolve.